Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast.
From the Gulf Coast Auto Shield studios in Houston, Texas, USA, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we have Cereen Piz she's the finish expert with an inspection of a 24-year-old Corvette. Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll bring you some of the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Our chief engineer, David Ainsley, makes a rare appearance today. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. I know that Candace Thackeray is calling me to talk about our dear friend, Joe Sayre. So many people in town know about Colonel St. James, and they are one and the same. He passed away yesterday, and our condolences go out to his sister and his family and all of the fans that he had here in the Houston area.
Yeah, we're all fans.
Great guy, and also a classmate of mine at Westbury High School many, many years ago.
Yeah, George mentioned it, wanted to make sure you knew.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah,
Okay.
George has been getting some cold weather, too.
So we're here at Gulf Coast Auto Shield, and we're going to do something a little bit different than we normally do here, and that is talking about all of the guests and the cars here. This is the car social that we're having. That's why we are here today, and a lot of nice cars here. Very expensive, most of them. They're the exotic type. Matter of fact, that gentleman just pulled out the Lamborghini with the scissor doors on it. That car, we understand, only has 189 miles on it, and it is a 80s or 90s
89.
car. An 89 Lamborghini. It's stunningly beautiful. It's brand new.
So it's $1 a mile.
Something like that.
That's what it's worth, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to take this headset off, and I'm going to switch over to this microphone here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me
Is
now?
it too close? How's that? Is that better? Is that better now, David?
There you
Because
go.
I can't hear anything, so you're going to have to be the one to decide if this is good enough for us, okay?
Go, baby, go.
Okay. So, Mr. Mars, are you going to follow us over here with your camera or not? Okay. All right. So, I understand that Cereen, can you hear Cereen okay?
Can you hear me now?
Off to the side. How's that, David? Is that
Do
better?
I have volume? Can you hear me? You can hear me? Good. I just will
And
try
same
not to
thing
scream.
For me? I'm doing nothing other than, okay. This is David Ainsley engineering issue.
Too much?
How about that? Is that better
Is
now?
that better?
Okay. I don't know, David. We were dealing with this earlier with the distortion. Is that what it is? Is it distorted?
We call this
we're good now.
experimental.
David fixed it over here.
All
okay,
right.
so here is the 2001 Corvette with 35,000 miles on it now.
35,000.
When I got it, it only had 16,000 miles on it. So I put a few miles on it.
Just
and
a
you know,
few.
when you originally got the car several years ago, it had been pretty much garaged between the 16,000 mile spurts around town. Well, obviously I've put quite a few miles on it. We have a few more little rock chips in the front, but you've done some stuff to it before.
Yes.
And so you've got a good base to work on. What have you found out since I pulled it in this morning?
I have found out, Don, that you do not take care of your car the way you should. Not one bit.
Listen, I learned how to wash it with your help.
Obviously, you didn't take my instruction.
No, I didn't take the instruction, but I try. I do try. So you've got it divided up here. So explain this. There's the before and there's the after.
Yeah, so here's a before and after of basically, it's a small section of my detail process. You can see here, go ahead and take a look. You see your hard water spots.
Yes, I see those hard water
You
spots.
see this stuff? This is from
Yes.
your car cover, is what this is doing.
Okay.
So every time you put your hand down on your car cover, guess what it's doing? It's scratching your car.
Okay, so don't do that.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. But yes, so you've got a lot of scratching, marring. You've got a lot of debris from, road contaminants, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what we would do is we start out, I'm going to do a rinseless on your car, which is a rinseless car wash. So you don't actually have to take it, and get the whole thing soaking wet, get the, jams wet, especially with your slightly older cars. You don't always want them.
Careful how you say older.
I said slightly older.
Okay.
I did not say old.
Hot and old.
Hey, there you go. She's a cougar. She's a cougar by now.
That's it.
But you can see here, it's like, so before my entire process, feel it. It sounds like sandpaper.
Yeah, it feels like it too. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Now go ahead and feel this section.
Ooh, all that's gone. Except for the
can't-
rock chip there.
Well, yeah, he's got some rock chips. He's got some love, that he needs.
But it made a huge difference. So what did you do here?
So, first step that we start with,
Yes.
we do our rinseless wash. So when you're doing a
Is this
rinseless,
the Fine Labs thing?
yes, this is Fine Labs pure rinseless is what that
And
is.
so you put a little bit of that in a bucket of water.
Correct. This is a concentrate. So you can do it in a bucket of water. You can also do it in a spray bottle.
Okay.
Because your car isn't super dirty, I'm not going to do a bucket. A lot of times we'll do a bucket, and what you're doing is you're just rinsing down the dirt first with the bucket. But because yours actually is not too terrible, I'm just going to go with a rag. But the way I'm going to normally do this is I'm going to wet my rag down. I don't actually spray the car directly. And so what you're going to do per panel is you're going to drag in one direction. You don't want to go back and forth. You pick up a piece of dirt, a pebble, and then you're just zigzagging it all over your car. So, and per panel, you're going to keep going one direction. Once you say you're going to move on to a new section, flip it inside out, you have a whole new clean side. Same thing. And you're just going to dry wipe, well, not dry wipe, sorry. You're just going to wipe the actual car down itself.
Well, it wasn't filthy dirty because I had washed it before I took it on a brief little road trip to the gas station and back. So it's
Hey,
not
brief
that
road
bad.
trips. Why not? Why not? But so then after you've done your rinseless, so you've got a clean surface, it's free of, the dirts, bug crap,
Yeah.
whatever, that's when you're going to break out your clay bar. So then, yes.
Oh, you're gonna break out the clay bar.
You're gonna break out
Not
the
me.
Well, this
my
is true.
God.
This is why
It
I'm
looks
your
like silly
detailer.
putty.
It does. It's a really, really neat material. So this stuff, it's a lot like silly putty. It pulls. And so when you,
Honest to God, it looks like silly putty.
it's real close. It'll actually pick up the ink, just like silly putty.
Interesting.
But so when you're getting ready to do your clay barring, you always want to mold it, pull it, fold it, just like you would do if you're baking bread,
Which we do all the time.
which we don't. I don't even cook. But so yeah, because you want to make sure that the side you're using is as clean as absolute
now,
possible.
this thing here says clay bar medium.
Medium, correct. There is a soft, a medium, and a hard clay bar. A hard clay bar, a lot of times, is going to be used for overspray.
Oh.
So with a lot of overspray, you're going to use a harder clay bar. Medium is usually what I use on the majority of vehicles.
Okay.
The soft, a lot of times, is too soft, and it's not pulling up your iron. It's not pulling up the environmental contaminants. It's just kind of moving it around, and you still end up finding it within your compound
Right.
later on.
Yeah.
But so when I get ready to clay bar, I pat it down in the palm of my hand, and it's only going to take up the palm of my hand because my fingertips are going to feel everything around. So, and I use just a basic detail spray. You can use any kind of detail spray or even just soap and water. You just want to have a little lubrication on the surface so you're not,
Absolutely, all the time.
you gotta have lubrication, you gotta. And so you're gonna place your palm right there. Fingertips are gonna feel the car. And so you're literally just going like this and doing little tiny
You're not
circles.
really pressing down real hard.
No, I'm literally not putting much pressure at all. I'm letting the clay bar do its own job.
Oh.
You see, it's like fingertip pressure. That's all I'm putting behind it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now go ahead and feel this section to this section.
Oh yeah.
You can definitely
huge
difference.
difference.
It
Huge
feels
difference.
like sandpaper over here, and it
Yeah, it
even
does.
sounds like
Yeah.
sandpaper. So that's going to be,
So that means that this stuff that's on the untouched part of it, it's really just laying on the surface.
that is correct. Yes. At this point, it has not impregnated itself into the clear, which is a good thing.
Yeah. My God, are you gonna be okay?
No. And then the same thing when you're going to wipe off, you always just kind of want to do it in one direction. So it's like you can see I'm cupping this side of the towel, and so I'm just using in one direction versus a back and forth
Right.
motion. And then always flip it to a dry side, so that way you can get rid of, any streaks that are just going to, trick your eye into thinking it's a scratch, basically.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that you pointed out to me before we went on the air
Yeah, that I
the
don't like.
ugliness over here on this fender, because apparently the car cover that I use has been flapping around on the fender and has kind of scratched the surface here.
That is correct, yes.
So what are we going to do with that?
That is actually very easy to take care of. Is that something you'd like me to show you on camera?
Please.
All right, I can
I
definitely
mean,
do
is
that.
it going to be something that I need to take my clothes off for or something?
God, I hope not.
Okay.
God, I hope not.
Just
I mean,
checking.
I love you, Don,
man.
but I mean,
I
maybe
know,
not that
I know.
much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove these tapes for right now. We'll just set them on the inside.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
I can kind of hit this fender right here.
Yeah.
And show you guys a little something, something.
See,
Now?
I had noticed it before, and I used some sort of detail or some sort of spray, and it wasn't that hard to get off of there. What is it that I'm seeing? Is it actually scratches in the paint?
That is correct.
God.
Where did my light go? There it is. So let me show you this when I get a light on here. Do you
Yeah.
see how it almost looks like it's been sanded? It's just
Yeah.
these little zigzags back and forth.
Well, so what am I going to do in the future with that? I mean, I don't have a garage to put it in, so all I got's the car cover. Put
Well,
a towel over it or something?
you could. I don't know what kind of car cover you have. There are ones specifically that have like a rubberized something underneath, so they don't move.
Yeah.
You could get, like shelf liner stuff. Something, maybe, put a towel over it, because if you don't have a garage to put it in, that is a very hard thing to, combat for sure. But I will tell you
It's your fault, Mars.
with a really good ceramic coating, it will protect a lot of that. Because
So what you're telling me now is that when I come back next time, you're going to have to do another ceramic coating on it.
No, we're going to do the other fender next time.
I can't remember, to be honest, if we ceramic coated it the first time or
Well,
if
I
we
was
just
told
did.
that. I don't
okay,
know.
so then we did. But that was 3 years ago, and I
Yeah.
believe we probably did Fine Lab Ultra, which is a 3-year coating. So, by this time, it's about time to, go ahead and redo it, spiff it up. But a lot of this marring will actually come off very, very quickly. Now, the compounds I tend to use the absolute most out of, and every detailer has their own way of doing things, of what they like. But these are my fallbacks. Is your Meguiar's 110 and 210, or 105, 205, whatever you can kind of get a hold of at the time, because sometimes they're out of certain other ones.
Where do you buy that? Because that's not something you can buy at Walmart.
A lot of times you can get them at PPG,
Okay.
so paint places. We order online, but I do know you can actually pick up a lot of Meguiar's products at your AutoZone, O'Reilly's,
Okay.
your basic car parts stores.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to start with, though, is my 110. I always keep it in a little squeezy bottle so I don't have to deal with the massive bottles. And you don't need a ton.
It's a mustard bottle.
Basically. And you don't need a ton. That's almost too much to put on for just one fender.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm a professional. I can handle it.
Hello? What is it? Oh, we need, okay.
Time?
We need to take
Perfect.
a break. Is that, let her do this. Well, I tell you,
No,
you do
we'll
that.
start this
then
next.
Huh?
We'll start this in the next
Okay,
segment.
we'll start this in the next segment.
That'll be perfect.
Okay, all right, we can do that. Okay, that's good. If you'd like to download our app to your phone, you'll have access to In Wheel Time Car Talk 24/7. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk in the App Store. Okay, do that. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. And while I'm doing 2 things and 3 things at once, that's just the way that it's going to have to be. Podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider, including SiriusXM now. You also video stream our weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com, 10 to noon Central every Saturday morning. In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
And if you haven't heard yet, today's In Real Time Car Talk Show is sponsored by Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex, Gulf Coast Auto Shield, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories. Be sure and support them through your ride.
Absolutely.
Time now for the cruise in and events calendars, and Mr. Zekin has that.
Well, there's a lot of things going on this beautiful day. If you're not here, you're missing it. So come on back out. Next Saturday, we got a crawfish and cars pop-up market and car meet. This is going to be located in Spring Cypress Village at 22506 Tomball Parkway. This is next weekend. It's from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Enjoy boiled crawfish, beignets, while exploring vendor stalls and various cars on display. Also that Saturday, you got a cookout, market, and more. That's at Platypus Brewery, Don. It's at 1818 Center Street in Houston, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And if you love rides...
So more than one platypus would be platypuses.
Platypi.
No platypi.
Platypus. So you don't need to be in a car club to go out there and check it out. They're raising money for a lot of organizations here in Houston, so be aware of that. Sunday, weekly car meetup. Where, Don? In Willis, Texas. We already love those guys.
What you talking about,
D&M
Willis?
True Valley at 400 West Montgomery. And if you're in a car club, our hearts and prayers go out to the car clubs out in California. There's about 45. I looked up I lost count of 45 different car clubs out there. Everything from low riders. There's even two-wheel bike guys out there racing. There's a lot of facilities that were burnt to the ground. So if you can help them out, if you find a charity or something or a car club that you respect and kind of join over here, help them out. They would do the same thing for us.
Yeah. They would.
During the newscast, you watch in the background, you can see all kinds of cars back there.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is not the family cars. And, they left them on the road. They're pushing them aside, and you see a lot of high-end vehicles being
there's Mustangs
destroyed.
And all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're here. This is the Car Social at Gulf Coast Auto Shield that we're doing our broadcast from today. And we have some headlines, and this is the one that I'm going to start off with today. Chevrolet's most powerful production Corvette, the 2025 ZR1, will start at $174,995 when it goes on sale this year. That starting price is for the 1LZ Coupe. 1LZ hardtop convertible will start at $184,995. The 3LZ trim will start at $185,995 for the coupe and $195,995 for the convertible. All prices include shipping. Production of the ZR1 will begin in the second quarter at GM's Bowling Green Assembly Plant. Buyers can begin to place orders in mid-February. Chevy said the 2025 ZR1 has the first turbocharged V8 engine ever in a Corvette, producing 1,064 horsepower and 828 pound-feet of torque for what Chevy says is the most powerful V8 ever built by an automaker in the United States.
David, you got yours on order.
The brand also said the ZR1 will generate more than 1,200 pounds of downforce at top speed, which engineers confirmed at 233 miles an hour during testing last year in Germany. Yeah, baby.
Mike's getting you one to test drive next week.
Well, I got an order in.
Do you?
The request.
Yeah.
You're a vet guy.
You know what? Something tells me that's not going to be in the press fleet, Morris.
Well, I'm still waiting on the one from 1979 that they promised.
Yeah.
You could start a rumor.
I'm waiting on the one, the C8 that I never got. It was scheduled to have it twice, and both times it got wrecked before it got to me. Thanks a lot,
They just did it
morons.
early. They just did it early.
Ford Motor Company celebrating the history of its venerable Mustang nameplate with a patriotic-themed special edition of the most powerful street-legal pony car derivative it offers. The automaker January 9th revealed a Spirit of America special edition Mustang GTD that's meant to honor the original 64 Mustang and Craig Breedlove, a structural engineer who broke the 500-mile-an-hour and 600-mile-an-hour barriers in a jet-powered car. The special edition, which comes standard with the GTD's performance package, features red and blue racing stripes as well as unique trimming along the Mustang word mark under the rear wing. Ford did not share pricing for the special edition, but the GTD starts at approximately $325,000. A bargain? No, excluding shipping. Customers may apply. They may apply and be approved to purchase the vehicle in a similar fashion to the process Ford uses on the GT supercar. In other words, don't be buying the thing and turning around and selling it at a markup, because you're going to have your car repossessed.
They're going to slap your hand, too.
Yeah. They will sue you, and they have done it and won. Rising incentives, falling interest rates, and expanded hybrid and electric offerings helped push U.S. new vehicle sales to the highest level since before the coronavirus pandemic.
Wow.
And I thought that was a pretty interesting story there.
Good stat.
But uncertainties around a new presidential administration and a continued affordability crisis could hamper growth in the 2025 year. U.S. light vehicle sales reached 16 million in 24, a 2.5% gain from 15.6 million in 23, and the most since 2019. Fourth quarter sales jumped 7.1%. I think those are pretty interesting stories. Yeah. It's kind of a lengthy story here.
Good increases.
I don't know if I want to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Stop me if you get tired of it. Consumers are eager to try vehicle technology, but only on their terms, according to a new study by Deloitte Touche. I don't guess they use Touche anymore. I think people were getting it. They were getting it confused with Tush. But most consumers across the globe said they believe artificial intelligence in vehicle systems, such as voice-activated features and autonomous driving, will be beneficial, according to Deloitte's 25 Global Automotive Consumer Study, which surveyed more than 31,000 consumers in 30 countries last fall. But there are caveats. Consumers don't want the technology to go too far. What's too far? And they don't trust the entities managing their connected vehicle data. Anything that can improve advanced driver assist systems is a good thing, according to Ryan Robinson, automotive research leader at Deloitte. In terms of how the consumer is feeling right now, they are still a bit leery about sharing the roadways with fully autonomous vehicles, like 18-wheelers with nobody behind the wheel. Yeah, there's that. You know, they weigh like 100 million pounds, and I can't imagine
doing 70 miles an hour.
I'm sorry, the GPS just disconnected all of a sudden. Well, they're programmed to pull off to the side of the road when that happens.
No matter what's in the way.
So allegedly,
or
I don't want to witness that yet.
The guy that was going in circles at the airport.
Yeah,
there's that. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought that was an interesting story. We want the technology, but it depends on how far you go with it.
It needs to be refined a little bit more.
I have to tell you, I am currently driving a new Land Rover Range Rover Evoque, and it's a pretty cool car, but I think that they've gone just a little bit too far with debuttoning the controls on the dash. And when they do have some buttons that's on the steering wheel, and there are two things on the steering wheel that I don't understand. One is an either O or 0, and another one is a diamond shaped, that I understand is a programmable button. So you can program it to whatever you want it to be. I don't have these vehicles long enough for me to sit down and spend hours jacking with it. I guess if you buy the vehicle, then you're going to read the instruction book or go to an instruction class at the dealership and learn how to work it.
Well, generally when you buy a car like that, they sit down with you in the car.
Did they do that to your car?
Oh, absolutely.
They did?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It went well, and if you got any questions, they got a number you can call, and they call the guy back.
No, but what?
Yeah, you sit down with him, and he says, this does this, and you can program this, and da-da-da-da. Would you like this done? And all It took like 30 minutes to go through everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you have questions after you leave the dealership,
You can call him back, and he'll answer the phone. He says, "Oh yeah, well, if I didn't show you that, you can bring it in, or I can do it over the phone with you." Yeah, it works out.
Yeah, but if you're talking about a Land Rover,
well, let me just clarify this. First of all, it's an English vehicle.
That's what
It
I'm
is
leading
born
to.
in England. It is assembled in England, and they still design the thing in England. It's just like any other foreign vehicle that we get, whether it's Japanese, any of the Asian automakers, or the German automakers, to name a few, that each one of them have their own thing, and they're specific to that culture. And, the Germans are kind of on the cutting edge of a lot of stuff, and a lot of the stuff I don't get, I don't understand.
Well,
Yeah.
we're also older than the guys that are building it and designing it, and
No.
yeah.
but they don't know English is part of the problem.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
Our English, Nederland English.
They don't
They don't know
translate re- they don't
Nederville
translate
English.
But you know
real
what?
well.
Theoretically, they do.
Theoretically.
That's right. In theory.
Yeah. No. Theoretically.
That's right.
Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
From the open roads to the open waters, your adventure starts at the Houston Automotive Show at NRG Center. One ticket, 2 shows. Check out top cars, trucks, sport boats, fishing boats, and more. New designs, new technology, and everything in between. Spectacular experiences, amazing fun. There's something for everyone. Get your friends, get your family, and get your tickets now. The Houston Automotive Show, making waves and fueling adventures.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.